Dear all, Hari Om. Greetings from Ritanveshi. I request you all to kindly switch on your videos so we can have a better interaction together. Hello. I hope you all are doing good. And we are here today with a new session of Ritanveshi Mindfulness series. The topic for today's session is Raj Yoga meditation. In the last class, we studied about Prana Vidya and Chakra meditations. Today, we are going to discuss and study Introduction of Raj Yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Samadhi, Vibhuti, Kevalya, and more. Without taking much of your time, I would like to invite Professor Rajesh Yogiraj to start today's session. Professor Rajesh.
Annyeonghaseyo, namaste.
Namaste,
So,
sir.
namaste to see you all. So today topic is Raja Yoga, and this is my favorite topic, and I always want to talk on Raja Yoga. And the next session, the next class, the Nada Yoga is the most favorite. So this session and the next Sunday session, I will say this is my favorite subjects. So uh, let us start. Before we start, I would like to have a little uh, small meditation. So I hope you can sit straight and 5 minutes of practice and then we start. Wise Mountain is not here to translate. Okay, so maybe the whole session will be in English because Wise Mountain is not here. I try to speak slow so that you can understand. And also, uh, my colleague Falguni will try to translate by Google, and she can make you understand as per she can do. Oh, Wise Mountain is here with a car. Hello. Okay, so let's start with a meditation. Sit in a comfortable meditative posture. Spine straight. Shoulders relax. Facial muscles relax. Eyes closed. Take deep breathing in and deep breathing out. Inhale and exhale. Once again, deep inhale and deep exhale. Now make your body steady and calm. Stillness, no movement. Your body completely still. Now observe your body from front, from back, from sides. Watch your body from all around. I request Falguni to just write down the translations of instruction. Watch your whole body and make yourself steady and calm. Now ask a question inside. Who am I? Ask yourself a question. Who am I? Am I a body or mind or energy or the consciousness? Who am I? If you can observe your body, if you are the seer, the witness of the body, then you are not the body. You are different. If you can observe your mind, then of course you are not mind. You are the witness of mind. Then raise again. Who am I? The muscles, the bones, the neurons, the combination of anatomy and physiology of cells, tissues. Who am I? Become aware of the smell all around. Feel the smell. Become aware of the taste in your mouth, in your tongue. With the closed eyes, feel the colors inside your head, the shade of darkness, the sense of vision, the sense of touch. Feel the touch. in your whole body, your clothes touching your body. There are so many different touch. There are so many different sounds all around. Listen the sounds. Then again raise the question, who am I? Are you senses? Are you feelings? The sense perceptions? Interrogate, ask yourself, who am I? Don't hurry in answering. Don't use your memory of books you studied. Just raise this question and become aware of your feelings. Okay, now visualize a candle flame between your eyebrows. We will chant Om 3 times. Take deep breath in. Om. 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 Now rub your palms and place your palms over your eyes and hands down, eyes open. Welcome again for today's session. Oh, so many messages. Thank you, Falguni, for translating the instructions. It's a hard work. Thank you. And now we go through some understanding of Raja Yoga. So, what exactly the Raja Yoga? How we understand? Normally, Raja Yoga means the royal path of yoga. Here, when we say royal path, it means the supreme path. We do all types of preparation to get this path. In the name of yoga, whatever you practice, that is called Hatha Yoga. So, Hatha Yoga and Raja Yoga, this is not two different yoga, no. Aneo. Raja Yoga is the second part, next step. Hatha Yoga is preparation. So, Hatha Yoga means when you prepare yourself for the Raja Yoga. And Raja Yoga is main practice. But doing Raja Yoga is difficult. So, what we do? First, we practice Hatha Yoga. Again, nowadays, Hatha Yoga has a very congested understanding, or you can say very complex understanding. Nowadays, we have Astanga, Vinyasa, we have Power Yoga, and many, many, many yoga. Whatever yoga you all know, it may be Yin Yoga, it may be Vinyasa, all are the variation of Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is a classical term for all the yoga you practice in South Korea. All the practices. They are the variations. In a modern time, many teachers they patent some name for their marketing stunts. They created some name like Vinyasa, Astanga, and these are not the different, only they are the variations. The base is the Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is the base of all the yoga practices you know in South Korea. So when I say Hatha Yoga, it means all, whatever you know in a yoga. So all are Hatha Yoga. So Hatha Yoga is the preparation for Raja Yoga. There is only two kinds, Hatha Yoga and Raja Yoga. Hatha Yoga is preparation, Raja Yoga is final practice. And the rest of all other yoga is the variation of these two. Rest all. So just very clear understanding, when you prepare yourself with the physical body, your prana, your chakras, your pranic passages, Ida, Pingla, Sushumna, Chakra, all are Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga finish here in Agya Chakra, in the sixth chakra. When you balance the mental and physical energy, when you harmonize the interplay of energies, then you start work from here to above like Sasrar. So journey from Agya Chakra to above like Sahasrar Chakra, the seventh chakra, we normally known as Raja Yoga. Under all these practices we do with the chi, with the energy, with the harmonization, with the balancing, with the chakras, with the pranic passages, all practices with the chi, with the energy are the Hatha Yoga, the preparation for the Raja Yoga. That's why Raja Yoga is known as royal path. And this is first time compiled by the seer, the rishi, the scholar whose name was Patanjali. Patanjali. Yes, Lee is there at the end of Patanjali. So he may be a Korean, Patan and Lee. Lee is the surname. So Patanjali, so you can say Mr. Lee. So Patanjali is it's a joke. I'm sorry, it's a joke. So so Patanjali, he compiled the different Raja Yoga, the royal path from all over the world, all the different demographies where there is a transformation or sublimation of consciousness. These higher practices are compiled and named as Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra. And from thousands of years, this become the Bible of the yoga. The most classical text ever known in the yoga. Every scholar always refer Yoga Sutra. Whenever we want to know what is the original yoga, then we need to refer Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra gives a base where you can compare what is the original one, the real one, the perfect one, and what yoga you do, you can compare from it. So, Yoga Sutra is the baseline, the axis. That's why it's also called Royal Path. And the whole Yoga Sutra is divided into four chapters. Four chapters. The first chapter is known as Samadhi Pada. This is the first chapter. In this chapter, we study what is yoga, the benefits of yoga, the sequence of yoga, the scope of yoga. We find the overview what is the real yoga is, what are the obstacles, how to come out from the obstacles. So the first chapter is talk about what is yoga. And in a Raja Yoga, yoga means samadhi. Normally we understand yoga means union of two or three things. But in a Yoga Sutra, yoga means samadhi. That's why this chapter is known as samadhi. And what is the samadhi? What is the meaning? What is the translation of samadhi in English? Then I will say samadhi, appropriate wisdom. Samadhi means appropriate wisdom. Sam means appropriate, adhi means wisdom, appropriate wisdom. So yoga is appropriate wisdom. That is what the samadhi is. And when we practice, then we feel different levels of samadhi, various levels of samadhi. In samadhi path, we also go through what happens to your soul, your prana, your chi when you go into samadhi. Now the second chapter. The second chapter is known as Sadhana Pada. Pada means the steps. So first step is what is yoga, objectives, scopes, overview, the basic system, the discipline. That was the first chapter, the Samadhi path. And the sadhana path is how we practice. Sadhana means practice. How we practice. And here Patanjali gives a various 8 limbs of practice, the Ashtanga Yoga. And from here, few people patented the Ashtanga Yoga or Ashtanga Vinyasa. This word they took from Patanjali Yoga Sutra and patented it. Now, whenever you talk about Ashtanga or Ashtanga Vinyasa, you will never remember about Yoga Sutra. You don't think about Raja Yoga. You think about Krishnamachari, Iyengar. No, they patented those words. Ashtanga is 8 limbs of yoga. In Ashtanga Vinyasa, no one teach the Samadhi, no one teach the Sanyam, the meditations, Dharana, but they kept the name Ashtanga Vinyasa. But in Yoga Sutra, the 8 limbs are nicely explained. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. These are the 8 limbs. Many yoga schools talk about asana, only asana. Some of them they talk about breathing also, focusing also, asana and pranayama. But very rare in a modern time, very rare they talk about pratyahar, the introversion of senses. Rare to rare they talk about dharana. I went through many schools running in South Korea and I found 99% the yoga schools there in South Korea, they never teach dharana, never teach sanyam, and this is pity. So the pratyahar and dharana is also equally parallelly important in a yoga. Yoga is not just asana. It is not a physical exercise you do with your limbs, with your body or muscles. Asana is 1/8 part. In 8, one part is asana. Rest of 7 is not with the physical body. But mostly when we think about yoga, first come in our mind, yoga is something with stretching, forward bending, backward. No, yoga is not only that. Yoga is much, much more than that. That's why we need to study Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra give you the real picture of yoga, what exactly yoga is. Just like I give you an example, if you see a movie in a Hollywood, a Bruce Lee movies, Jackie Chan movies, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, and many other stars. They give you some martial arts like karate, taekwondo, but if you see them moving the hands and legs and kicks backward and high kicks, round kicks, this is not taekwondo. It is not only the kicking is not only the taekwondo or karate. Just like watching the Bruce Lee in the Hollywood or Jackie Chan in a Hollywood, it doesn't mean you know the martial art. Martial art is a big term. It's an interplay of energies. You work with the energy, the key. Similarly, asana is not yoga. No, asana is not yoga. It's just a small part, very small part. So we need to understand the sadhana, the practices in full detailed real picture, and it explained in the sadhana path, the second chapter. The third chapter, the third chapter is Vibhuti Pada. Vibhuti means perfections. When you perfect in any practice, and again, I'm not talking only the asana perfections. If you are perfect in Paschimottanasana, Dhanurasana, I'm not talking only about it. There are hundreds of practices in yoga beyond the asana, not only by the physical body, by your mind, by your energy. So, what happened when you get perfect in it? When you get perfect, you reveal the vibhuti, the powers, and that becomes your part of your life. In the third chapter, we talk about those powers developed by the perfections. These powers sometimes are very interesting. It may be like you can heal others, like Reiki. It may be you can read the mind of other people, like telepathy. There are various divine qualities we get after the perfection. That is what the Vibhuti Pad. In this chapter, we deeply discuss whom we whom should practice. If you got some powers, what you will do with that power? What is the wrong use of the power? Where we use the power? We all discuss in this Vibhuti Pad. The fourth chapter is Kaivalya Pada. In this chapter, we reveal who am I? What is our real existence? What is our reality? We realize ourselves, who am I? Normally, what we know ourselves is just a mask, the coverings. The body is the covering. It is not you. We remove the covering and go deep inside and find the reality. Who am I? That is called Kaivalya. Keval, the word Kaivalya is made up of word Keval. Keval means only. Keval means only. Alone you. Only you left. All the mental modifications, the conditionings, all went, gone. You removed. Only you left. Only yourself left. Your real self left. And that is what the meaning of Keval, Kaivalya, the state where you got the real self. That we discuss in the fourth chapter. What are the qualities? How we go through those realities is nicely explained there. Now, I talk on certain topics, what we go through in these chapters. What are some, I raise some important parts, important features of Raja Yoga. The first feature is Anushasan, that means discipline. Yoga is a discipline of a nature, a natural discipline of a weather. Winter comes, then summer comes, then winter comes, then it alternates. The winter comes, then summer comes, then again winter comes. In some countries, there are four weathers. In some countries, there are six weathers. And one by one, there is a cycle of weather. I'm talking about this natural discipline. There is a natural discipline that is called Rit. In India, we say Ritu as the changing of seasons. One season changed into another, we say Ritu. The word Ritu is coming from the word Rit. Rit means a continuous flow of natural movements, cyclic. It never changes. That is called Rit. And you know, our organization name is Ritanveshi. Ritanveshi is again come from this word Rit. Rit means the truth, the real truth. And when we search out the real truth, that is called Ritanveshi. Ritanveshi means searching for the truth. So here is a discipline of natural truth, a discipline where we find the natural truth, the truth which never changes, the truth which is always, a truth which is constant. Now, vrittis. Chitta vritti. Chitta means the consciousness, and vrittis means modifications of your mind. There are five types of modification. The five types of your mental pattern, the conditionings. And these five types indulge you in a worldly affairs And the same five types can leads you to the spiritual goals also, spiritual enlightenment also. In next upcoming sessions, I will explain
Professor,
you.
your voice is not clear.
Okay, is it better now? Okay, thank you. So I was talking about five different patterns which make you indulge in worldly affairs. The same five conditionings also leads you to the higher goal, the spiritual goals. It is called vritti. Vritti. In next coming sessions, I will explain the vritti in great detail. I will teach you how the same thing which we use in the worldly affairs, the same properties, qualities, personalities, habits we can use for the spiritual goals. And for that, we need two things, the practice and desirelessness, non attachment, abhyasa and vairagya. Let me explain it what abhyasa is. Abhyasa means practice, and practice can be done by the five different ways. When you develop the faith that you are going in the right direction, the committing the energy to go there, hard work, the cultivating of memory and mindfulness. When you develop mindfulness, the fourth one is when you're seeking the state of samadhis. There are various steps of samadhi, and the prajna. The pragya is pursuing the higher wisdom, and this can be done in different ways. There are nine stages of your practice. You can see here in this table, if you have mild practice, little practice, there are many people are very mild practitioners. They do sometime yoga, sometime not, twice in a week, sometime thrice in a week, sometime once in a month, twice in a month, irregular, inconsistent. We say them permanent beginners. Permanent beginners, always beginners, because of the mild conviction and mild practice. Also, if you grow your level, your convictions, your practice, you can see in this table here, it's very clearly mentioned, and you can just think where you stand. Your practice is medium, but conviction is mild. Your practice is intense. You are doing very intense practice, but your conviction is mild. If your practice is mild, but conviction is very strong, resolution is very strong, motivation is very strong, but practice is mild. If you have both the medium practice, medium conviction, sometimes intense practice, but conviction is very medium. Like that, the best we say, the ninth one is the best. Intense practice, intense conviction. If you have this, then you will get the samadhi very soon. You will get the samadhi very soon. So one is the practice. This was all about the practice. Now this slide is for vairagya. Vairagya, many people think when you become a monk lifestyle is the vairagya. No. People have wrong meaning. Spirituality is not only for the monks. Spirituality is not only for the higher ministers of church. The spirituality is not only the priest of the temples, the monasteries. The spirituality is for we all. The God is given to everybody to realize. So don't think when you become a priest, then only you. No, no. As a householder, normal life, you can also get the vairagya. Just you need is to balance. Balance, harmonize, and peace. Balance, harmonize, and the peace. This is the main sutra, mantra for the vairagya. If you know how to balance yourself, not go to the extremes, but keep yourself in the middle. If you know how to make yourself inside silence, the inner silence, if you know how to make yourself peace, this is what the vairagya is. And as I said, there are various levels of samadhi. Slowly and very pragmatic, by sequence you grow in a proper sequence. And every time you become more subtler and subtler when you go to high. Your consciousness expands and you get more subtler and subtler. Many people also have wrong understanding about the surrender, the devotion, the bhakti. You believe the religion, any type of religion in the whole world, Islam, Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, all religion in the world, they talk about belief, devotion, surrender. But do we? If you see the religious people, many times we see them as a hypocrite. They speak something, they do something, they think something else, and personality is very different. That's why nowadays many countries, many new people, young generation, they don't believe in religion. They say the religion is hypocrisy. They don't want to believe. The new generation want to become rational. Why rational? What is the problem of the religion? The problem of religion is we not understand the real meaning of devotion. Devotion is not easy. Devotion is very, very, very big term. You need very pure prana, very pure consciousness, highly pure. Surrender means jumping from the mountains. Surrender means killing yourself. Yes, killing yourself. When I say killing yourself, it means when you kill your ego. When you kill your selfishness, self-centric nature, egomaniac nature, when you remove yourself in you, then only you are a religious people, a religious person. And this is not easy. It is similar as you are jumping from the mountains. You are killing yourself, your identity, your esteem. This is one of the aphorism that the God and you cannot go through in a narrow passage of the devotion. If you are devoted, if you are a believer, if you are a religious person, I'm not talking about one specific religion. When I say religion, means all Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Christianity, Islamism, all. I don't mean to any specific religion. But what does religion means? You and God cannot walk through in a one passage. The devotion means so narrow passage where two cannot walk together. Either God will be there or you will be there. Either God or you. Two cannot be together. You have to kill yourself to feel the God, to know the God. But when I say kill doesn't mean killing of the body, the killing of your ego, the killing of your selfishness, self identity, self esteem. And when you remove the self in you, what is left is the God. And that is not easy. Really hard work. You need very, very daring. Daring is also a small word. That's why to become religious is very difficult task. The all other ways are much easier. But to become a religious is very tough work. Not easy. And that's why so many people just become religious, just they start believing any religion, any system, and they, oh, I am a religious person. No. 90% religious people are hypocrites. They say I am doing the rituals and I am religious because every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday I go to temples, churches, and all other places, doing some rituals, doing some type of rules and regulations. No, this is not the religion. This is not the religion. Raja Yoga teach you how to become a religious person. Look, Raja Yoga is not talking about any specific religion. It is applicable for all religion. But we need to understand, what do you mean by devotion? What do you mean by surrender? There are so many obstacles are there. If you go through the Yoga Sutra, then you will see 9 main obstacles and 4 side obstacles. Total 13 types of obstacles. The illness, dullness, doubts, negligence, laziness, cravings, misperceptions, failure, and instability. These are the basic obstacles. In our Ritanveshi videos, there are some old videos. You can go through the websites or YouTubes. You can get the detailed explanation of all these obstacles. In companion with these obstacles, there are some related obstacles also, like mental and physical pain, sadness and frustration, unsteadiness of body, and irregular breath. So these are, and what is the solution for it? The solution are the nine basic solution. When you concentrate, you can see in this picture how this Tom and Jerry, you can see here. So in this Tom and Jerry, you can see how the cat is concentrating. You see the concentration, you see the eyes, a nice Trataka practice. You need a proper development of concentration. You need a pure heart. When I say pure heart, it means when you see a person is happy, you will feel a friendliness, a kindness. If you see somebody suffering, then you feel the compassion. You feel how to support this person. This is called the natural way of your heart. But nowadays we become impure. If we see a person who is happy, we feel jealous. If your neighbor brought a very nice car, you feel jealous. Their happiness makes you jealous. This is not the natural. It is not the pure heart. If somebody is happy, then you should be friendly. Friendliness, the kindness. If somebody is suffering, then you need to be karuna, the compassion. If somebody is doing virtuous work, you feel the happiness. If somebody is doing nonsense, non-virtuous, bad things, there is a neutrality about it. You become neutral. You ignore and just go. So these are called the purity, pureness. The next other way of removing the hindrances, the obstacles, is the Prana Vidya. The practice of asana and pranayama and many key practice of the martial arts, the mudras, they are the practice of Prana Vidya. And by the Prana Vidya also, we remove the obstacles. Next is, if you work on the thoughts, there are so many thoughts, 24 hours. We have full of thoughts. How to regulate it, how to become an observer of these thought process, how you can make this thought according to your will, according to your desire, is the fourth practice. The next one is when you practice the light and sound. If you practice the light and sound, these senses leads you to the divine nature and remove the obstacles. If you practice the vitrag, as just I said, non-attachment, the practice of non-attachment. Here when I say non-attachment, many people think about the lifestyle of a monk. You'll go away in a forest, in some other place. No. The vairagya means when you balance your emotions, when you balance your thought process, the conditionings, you not go to the extremes, you are in a middle path. So attached to nothing, connected to everything. So you should understand the difference between attachment and connection. You not react but respond. You not make friends but be friendly. You should understand these common factors of Vidraga. Also, Yoga Sutra talk about the Yoga Nidra. When you just lie down and about to sleep, almost all of you know about the Yoga Nidra. The state of subconscious mind where you're about to sleep. And the last one is Yathabhimat, that means when naturally you flow towards the light, towards being luminous, a natural flow which leads to the desires which leads to your higher consciousness. That is Yathabhimat. Vashikar is a practice where you practice out of body, go to the cosmos and expand your consciousness in the cosmos. Samapatti is a practice of perfections and you achieve some supernatural powers, and by those powers what you reveal inside, you can connect your growth of your spirituality. These are the several practices explained in the Yoga Sutra to how you can go from sabij to nirbij, from starting to end. We start from sabija, where we have the seeds of worldly affairs, and we reach to the highest realization, nirbija, where there is no seedlessness. So thank you to all to go through a deep journey of Raja Yoga. What is Raja Yoga? What are the practices we do? We do all here to connect yourself from the nature. This is a global venture of getting connected with the nature. I hope you all are practicing yourself to get more and more closer to the nature. The main name of the Ritanveshi is to make the globe closer to the nature. The nature is inside and outside. We lost the missing links. We lost the connections. And by these classes, me and my Ritanveshi family, my team, is trying to make whole globe connected with the nature. I hope you are enjoying. I thankful to all of you for coming, enjoying and discussions of Raja Yoga. I invite if you have any question, if anything you want to share or ask, you can ask. Thank you. Over to Falguni.
Thank you, Professor Rajesh, for enlightening us on Raj Yoga meditation and Patanjali Yoga Sutra using spectacular examples. We understood the basic concepts of Raj Yoga meditation, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, different type of samadhi. You beautifully shared how we can apply the Patanjali Yoga Sutras in our life to uplift us and resolve our daily issues using sutras. Next Sunday, we are going to study about Nada Yoga meditation, which are sound meditation mindfulness session. And I request you all to kindly switch on your videos so I can take a screenshot together. I would request everyone if everyone can switch on the video, then I would like to take a screenshot. Can I see a V for today's session? I hope you all liked it. Can I can I see a V? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again for joining us today. Kindly keep sharing your reviews and feedback. We will see you in the next session. Thank you. Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. 안녕히 계세요.
감사합니다.